Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another long form video where I draw in 8 people's drawing styles. I don't know if there's a challenge specifically for 8. I've seen people do 10, even 12, but nah. 8 people was already discombobulating enough. I don't think I want to pull my hair out doing 12. Anyway, I wanted to try to draw in styles I haven't seen many people drawing yet, so I found some pretty unique ones in my opinion. Obviously, for the sake of my own well-being, I had to go with the easiest character to draw. On second thought, she's not appealing enough. I think I'm gonna redesign her again. Instead, we're gonna be drawing this guy. Seems easy enough, I'd say. Let's get to it. Alright, before we start, you guys gotta know what the guy looks like in my style, which means I'm basically drawing in 9 styles, including my own, so 9 art style challenge? That probably don't count. Okay, let me give you some background info on this lovely fellow named Huey. Huey is a 9-foot, 11-inch tall zombie. He became undead at the age of 24 and has been undead for a total of 60 years. Why 60 years? Because that's the first number that came to mind when creating his quote-unquote lore. When he died, most of his feelings died along with him. Now the only emotions he can experience is mostly negative, except for being content. He doesn't age anymore, which means he'll forever be 24 at heart. And he doesn't like being around people. I mean, what would you do if you saw a 3-meter tall zombie like him? Whatever your answers are, they're wrong, because in his day and age, the only answer is to scream and run. Because of that, he just chills in forests and graveyards. Fun fact, that's where he meets another character of mine named Kira, who is another 3-meter tall giant. Guys, don't question me on why these characters are so tall. I watch One Piece. He also sleeps underground like a mole rat. But yeah, that's all the info I have on him right now. Back to the sketch. Which is horrid, by the way. I had reference right there, and for some reason, I'm seeing 5/4 of this guy's forehead. Guys, close your eyes. I don't want you to get temporarily blind. Or blind forever. And then, I guess I didn't want to render? I wasn't thinking here, guys. I apologize. Out of all 9 of these, this is gonna be the worst one. Amazing. We're already off to a great start. Now, the first person is CUTIICOSMO. Fantastic artist in my opinion. The way they draw hands and faces in perspective is just really top notch. I always find myself trying to recreate it whenever I'm on Pinterest. It was bad, by the way. Their knowledge with colors is great too, because their pieces are super vibrant, and most of the time they're only using 2 colors. So to start, I drew Huey with his head tilting down a bit, since that's what I've seen the most on Pinterest. Turns out this angle isn't all sunshine and rainbows. As you can see me struggling here for some reason, but I eventually got it down, kinda. The part I really wanted to portray in this piece was the eyes, because Cosmo draws some really anatomically luscious eyes, and I really wanted to get that down. Which leads to my question, did I cook y'all? No. Oh, and guys, don't even get me started with the rendering. Don't mention it, don't comment it. I know it's trash. I honestly have no idea what I was doing. I was trying to include bounce light, but I'm not sure what happened. All in all, really good. I feel like the line art carried, so yeah, it's good. Next up is EMILYENA. I hope that's how you say her name. I found her not too long ago, and she's already one of my favorites. I truly admire the way she draws faces, and the ambience around her work is just chef's kiss. So I'm taking this opportunity to see what I can do. I tried to create the dead-like expression that I see in some of her pieces, since, I mean, it was a perfect fit for Huey. You can see that I also put more guidelines for the face to make sure I do right by EMILYENA'S incredible talent for facial structure. The line art went okay, but the colors, I don't know, man. It just felt like I was just freeballing with it. It was probably because of the lack of ambience, and the line art may have been a little too thick, but this version of Huey still looks really cool, and I look forward to learning more from EMILYENA'S work. This next style is one I've been most excited for, and that is REMARIN'S style. I was thinking of drawing a human, but I didn't think that would fully portray the style that she has, so I unwillingly had to draw Huey as a wolf.
I had a blast drawing this guy as a wolf.
This is a side tangent, but have any of you guys ever watched these kinds of videos? I feel like it's extremely niche because they only used to get like, what, 2,000 views? But that's what I used to watch almost all the time when I drew back then. It was very inspiring. But anyways, sketch, great. Line art, great. Color, a mess, as usual. When it came to rendering this version of Huey, I was lost. Dumbfounded even. Despite all the speed paints I've seen Remarin do, I have yet to understand all the magic behind it. And so it came out pretty buns, but you won't be able to notice that because Huey's dog transformation alone is super cool. Aside from the rendering mistakes, I'd say this one is my favorite right now, so I'm glad I did this style. Next up, Emma Artley. Her artwork to me is very vibrant and clean. I can definitely see the inspiration of things like the early 2000s vibe or aesthetic in her work. It's also really unique, and I feel like that's what makes it so recognizable. So, first I went with the classic 3/4 side view when sketching him out, since that's what I seen her work the most, breezed through the line art, and lightly rendered it to the best of my ability. If the render wasn't clean, then I failed to replicate the style, failing as her subscriber. Fortunately though, everything looked nicer than expected. The only thing was my lack of understanding with how she uses contrast in her work. I tried to add it, but I can't tell if it works with the piece or not. Regardless, I got the most important things done: the angle, the rendering, and the cleanliness. Because of that, this Huey is now a part of my top 3. For this next style, I went for the one and only Mr. Crunchy. His style gives off that old cartoony feeling that I really think sets him off from other artists, and I just find it really inspiring. So when drawing Huey, I had to cartoonify his features a bit, but it wasn't looking right, so I tried to change the perspective. I'm feeling a lot better about my second attempt since I feel like it encapsulates Mr. Crunchy's style a little better. And because he mostly doesn't render, it was pretty much smooth sailing after that. So it was great. Definitely a stress reliever, 10 out of 10. This next style is CROZHATCH'S style. Boy, oh boy, am I digging myself a hole here. This guy is a master at style and perspective. You've probably seen their work on TikTok once or twice, and if you have, then there's nothing else to say except that the art is amazing. Something I noticed with his work is that the clothes are really emphasized in the art, so that's what I went for. And honestly, it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it did. And then for a lot of the men he drew, there weren't any pupils, so I decided to go for the same thing. But all in all, drawing Huey this way felt really flowy and easy to do. I definitely want to draw him again in this style. But yeah, another banger. Another banger.
And I know bangers.
Next is okay 16 style. Seems like the easiest style, right? Guys, this style
It's not for the weak.
And I just find it crazy how this person casually dookies out an art piece like this every once in a while like it's no big deal.
It needs to be studied.
I wish I could show y'all all the footage because I was struggling bad. But to keep it all short, I cut out most of my pain and suffering for you guys, and I cheated. I had to put a sketch first. I couldn't freeball it like they did. I'm sorry. Once I put that sketch down though, I was finally finding my rhythm, and before I knew it, I created a pretty decent looking Huey. Not as much in OK 16 style as I would have liked, but I didn't want to do anything more in case I overdid it. Now, before you guys start talking smack, girl, you tweaking, lasso art ain't that bad, you just buns. Go ahead and try doing some lasso art, then come back to me. Because this joke is not as easy as it looks, pal. Last but not least, we have Eli underscore 9 on
Eli underscore none. Eli none.
You already know they had to be included. Their art is just immaculate. The way they render really makes their characters look more realistic regardless of the hatching. It just looks like art that should be in manga covers. My favorite piece of theirs is the woman with the phone to her ear. It reminds me of that one lady from The Promised Neverland, bruh. I really thought this was gonna be difficult, drawing in their style, but it wasn't that bad. I had a pretty decent time with the sketch, line art, and color. Everything was fine and dandy until I got to the hair. I forgot. Bro barely puts outer lines in their piece when it comes to painting hair, and I was devastated. I had no clue how to really render hair the way they did. I couldn't fold though. I had to at least try. 20 minutes into it, and it actually looked
Pretty trash.
Dude, I had no idea what I was doing. I had never rendered a hairstyle like this before. I kept overpainting, trying to see what would look nice, and as a result, mudding the whole thing. After an hour or so, I ended up with this all together. I could have done a lot better with the shadows, but it's cool. I'm still proud of it. His face carries the whole thing anyway. Wow, there you have it, folks. 9 awesome Hueys drawn in each talented individual style. I would love to do another one of these, but not anytime soon, man. This is some grueling work. However, I did have lots of fun. It's almost like I commissioned them myself and then scammed them so they never finished. Anyway, go check out these artists if you haven't already. And with that all said and done, let me know if you guys want more vids like this. I'd love to make more. And yeah, I'm gonna log off now. See ya.